Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rolling for What in this very swelteringly hot episode of the Fallen Monarch episode, whatever. We just a few, I say a few announcements. Just one announcement before we get started. I just want to say, actually, no, two announcements. I just want to say that first and foremost, and I haven't told any of the group that I'm doing this because I forgot. So first and foremost, I want to say that and anyone from the Pride community, from the LGBTQ plus community that comes here, you are fucking safe, and this is a space for you. And it needs to be said, even though we're a small channel, and you know it's not really political. But fuck what happened. Fuck the ruling. You are who you are. Don't let anyone fucking take that from you. And I wanted to have that right at the start of the episode. Secondly,
trans
rights are human rights. Fucking yes. Secondly, I just want to say that we are going to be taking a break for a couple weeks. Well, to you guys, it'll be a week, I think, but some of us are heading off to Stoke-on-Trent. Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent.
We're having a mini hiatus.
Yeah, mini hiatus to a place called Hero Fest. It's a LARP event. And our lovely Aries has gotten a lot of us into LARPing and kind of forced us all in and be like, "You're doing it just to see how it goes." So we're doing that next week.
Small fraction of Rolling for What goes laughing.
Yeah, we are gonna be putting up a video once we're back of like our what happened on the weekend and stuff like that. But as for D&D, for you guys, it'll be a hiatus of about a week. But for us, it'll be about 2 weeks. Because the next Tuesday and the Tuesday after I can't play because I'll be fucked. So yeah, so we're going to take a little bit of hiatus, but the video that is going to come up the week after next will be a very special episode of us at LARP. So, and also our lovely Chloe is unable to join us tonight, but hopefully she will be with us after we get back from Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent.
So, without further ado, introductions.
Hi, I'm Katie, pronouns she, her, and I play 84, also she, her. 84 is a little rogue bard. She's a changeling, but instead of changing into people, she changes into inanimate objects. And I do actually have a fact for her this week. Crazy! I remembered to prepare one. It literally only happened like an hour ago, but that's fine. I remembered. So she is a massive flower lover, and that comes mainly from traveling with her sort of hippie flower power family when she was going to Monarch City, and who is affectionately known as Gay Dad or Strefan. And her favorite flower are snowdrops.
Cute.
Yeah, as you tend to find them a lot on the sides of roads and in meadows. So yeah.
Nice. I'm torn between Aries and Ash today because Chloe's not here, so we'll say Ash, you go first.
Oh, I
gives
know
Aries time to totally think of the fact that he has already said that.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ash. Pronouns whatever the hell you want. And yes, you're 100% safe here. Be you. You're great. I play Vi Forsworn and Narin, surname yet to be determined. I'm pretty sure I picked it at some point. But yeah, Vi the Fallen ASMR, Druidic Monk, and Narin the Tiefling Warlock, because it's a classic and it's great. I don't have a fact right now, but I do have a cool hat. Doesn't work with headset, but
No.
just my cool hat. Great.
Wing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh no, they're going robots. No, not during the cool hat skit.
The cowboy was too strong.
The cool hat skit was way too much.
It was too powerful. It was too powerful.
It was.
And now they're robots. So no.
It's all inevitable. They're coming for us. Okay, so whilst they're sorting their roboticness out, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh god. Okay. Hello. My name's Aries. Rolling for what's resident T-boy, trans rights are human rights, as we said before. My pronouns are he, they. I don't have a fun fact, but I should probably tell you about my character first. We're forgetting a lot of things today.
It's been a
story,
while.
You know this already. Still not wearing my glasses either. We're gonna deal with that today. I can't be bothered to go get them. I play Jam, the half-orc, and he goes by he, him pronouns. And I don't have a fun fact about Jam at all today. So I will tell you, I came out in 2020 during COVID. Slay, that's
Hey,
it.
Nice.
We're keeping it on
Woo!
Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that.
Nice.
I was about to say, let's just have our queer stories
Yeah.
as our facts today.
Good dude.
Yeah.
Are we doing that?
Good dude.
Don't have
Sure.
any more.
Fuck it. Go for
Sure.
it.
I'm not
Alright.
ready.
Are you good? Are you comfortable with that, Ash? You good?
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
I was about to
I
say.
only in the past couple months told my parents about my name change. So
Yeah.
yeah, in February, the day after my birthday, I basically kidnapped my mum, and because she wanted to lift to a pharmacy, I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then I was like, I'm gonna go get fuel, so you're gonna join me for this. She's like, okay, that's fine. And then after I got fuel, I was like, so Mum, I'm changing my name, and she's like, okay. There was a whole thing. There were tears. It was a roller coaster, but it all went good.
Nice.
She told my dad. He said he needed time. It was fine. He's fine. He's chill. He's come and bought me a Burger King and helped me fix my car since then. So it's just chill. It's all good. Everything was great.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I was worried for years, and it doesn't matter. Apparently, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think
great.
that's the shared sentiment is
Yeah. It's just a dog with the burning everywhere going, this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is fine. Yeah.
Mine was easier than that. Not
Mhm.
not trans, but came out to my parents as lesbian in 2015. God, that was so long ago now. And my family did the classic of we knew it. And what a surprise. And my siblings were basically taking bets.
Oh, God.
I felt so slightly offended and also incredibly proud of like good. And they were like, I thought you were it. I was like, excellent. Good.
You're going to get a little bit robotic.
I was
No.
Of all the times to happen, not now. Fuck's sake.
Again,
Fine.
the queerness is just too powerful.
It's too much. It's too powerful.
Too strong.
It's too
I'm in
powerful.
the room.
I think Ash is frozen. I think.
Ash
I think
frozen.
they're also robotic.
Sure.
Oh
No.
no, they're okay. They're
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Sort of okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have a coming out story because unfortunately I am a straight white male. But I
You-
love
you
all
are
of my
the
friends and I love them to bits. And they're
I love
fucking
my dead
amazing.
face on.
Yes.
This is the appropriate time to listen to
Peak
Heather's
song.
right now. Do it right now. But yeah.
I'm not going to share my story because it will bring a big downer on everything.
Oh no.
But I'll just 2020 was a year.
Yeah.
It sure was a year.
Okay, so
I think 2020 being a year for everyone is
yeah.
pretty unanimous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can all
Yeah.
agree it was a year.
It was
Yeah.
a year that happened at some point.
At some
Yeah.
point.
Time is a flat circle, and we do live in a society. We do in fact live in a society. Okay.
Shall we
Yeah.
escape that society and
Ah.
play some D&D?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
do
let's
that.
just escape this
Oh yeah.
this society
Yeah.
to go into some other trauma. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
sorry
go
about
into-
there, everybody.
Ultimately a worse place, a horror town.
You know what? I reckon Shaletown's like I'd rather live in Shaletown right now. I'm not gonna lie. At least in
Yeah.
Shaletown, you don't get judged.
At least in
sort of live.
Shaletown, I can go to the bathroom without fear.
True. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you don't go to the bathroom past curfew.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is a curfew. But the
At least
There
I
is a
don't have to be
curfew.
afraid of the bathroom because of my identity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I just have to be afraid of the bathroom because of some weird guy, which is standard anyway.
Same thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
Crooked Man's an ally. I'd say the Crooked Man was probably an ally.
The Crooked
I mean,
Man's
yeah,
an
he'll kill
ally.
Yeah, he
he'll
doesn't
kill
want to kill
everybody
you. It just wants to
equally.
like,
You know.
it just wants to fuck your life up. But like, it doesn't judge. It's like super like
Hey, good news,
supportive.
gang.
I'd say.
Jam and Vi are safe. Trans rights. Crooked Man says trans rights. He will not kill Jam or Vi.
They've got plot armor.
Wow.
Okay, so without further ado, are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay, so the last we left off,
Excellent.
after escaping the sewers of Shaletown and finding Garina again, Norman took you to see Orin Scrivello, and he confronted Garina in the street about where she'd been and how she got into the stranded zone of Shaletown. After taking you to the building in which that housed Orin Scrivello, Norman gave you a few minutes to try and come up with your story and basically tell him why he should let you see Scrivello after this suspicious event just happened and Garina just showed up out of nowhere. After Garina explained to you what happened in her conversation with Father Crawford, Norman let you in and... Sorry, I'm very gassy. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. And you finally got to meet the elusive Orin Scrivello that you've been hunting for just over a week now. Actually, no, I suppose it wouldn't be, because Mobius gave you the task a few weeks back. So you've had that name on your radar for quite some time, and you finally come face to face with a man who is seemingly completely mad. His words are gibberish. He doesn't make any sense. His sentences are dislodged. And he seems enamored with random things in his hoarder's dream of a workshop. In this space, you discovered an unfinished concoction of some kind that had 2 ingredients, and you figured out that it's probably you use one or the other to finish it. You can use essence to save someone or help someone see. Unsure what that actually means, or you can go and get something called the rotter root that would allow you to kill someone. And as the group is in this moment, you're all gathered round, and you've read this potion, and all these thoughts are running through your brain of Orin Scrivello. The consequences of your various actions are flooding your head at this moment after you've had a brief nonsensical conversation with him. The consequences of keeping him alive, having it over and done with and just killing the man, taking him away, trying to save Shaletown, or trying to find a way out of this place with or without him. All of these possibilities are just boiling to the surface of your minds as you are finally face to face with the man that has been essentially giving you a little bit of trouble for the last few weeks, as Dex's life is on the line, but so is Jeannie's at this point, as Garina has made you aware that Father Crawford has Jeannie with him somehow, and that's where we begin. When in this workshop where 84, you're holding the piece of paper that Norman has handed back to you that has the ingredients, and Orin is seemingly just like working on things and tinkering, and you can hear him muttering and twitching and almost like ticks, and you can see him like just tweaking out just a little bit every now and again, and that's where we begin. So in this space, in this moment, what would you all like to do?
I was gonna put a note in her bag of all the
Katie's
you got
cutting
robot.
out for me.
right at the beginning of the session. And why
Right
does
at
it
the
always
beginning.
happen right at the start? Technical
No.
difficulties again. God damn it.
Wait a second.
Wait it out. I think Virgin Media should be sued. I'm pretty
I
sure
think
they
Virgin
do this
Media
shit
should
on
be sued too.
purpose. I'm pretty sure they do this shit on purpose. Allegedly.
I'm gonna
It's shit
unvirgin the
forever.
radio.
I think I'm pretty sure it'd be better for any.
I have no clue what you just said.
I heard
Great.
Wales.
Wales,
Um,
Wales, Wales.
I can fix
Wales.
Virgin Media by unvirgining it.
Oh.
oh, the most appropriate response.
I'm gonna make Virgin Media less of a virgin, and then he'll be cool.
Okay, right. Well, whilst we have you back, you're back now. What would you like to do?
Okay.
84. You take the note,
So-
put it in your bag.
So, put it in my bag. And can I sort of like sneak up behind Orin, and I want to just put like a hidden blade like very gently against like the small of his back. Not so it's like not so that it's like stabbing, but I want to almost just be like touching the small of his back with like my hand. Almost in like a comforting sense. But
Okay.
I know that it's there ready to kill him when I need, and I'm just sort of going to look over at Jam, and I'm going to message into Jam's head.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check before you do that.
17 plus 9.
So 20.
Oh wait.
something.
Yeah,
roll a d20
I need
first.
to roll. Yep, I forgot. So let me roll another. That is a 12. So that previous. So I need to roll again,
Even.
and that's a 20. So I got even higher. So I got a
Okay.
29.
Amazing. Okay, so you
So,
make your way
hooray!
over. You ready your blade. What's the message you send to Jam's head?
I send a message into Jam's head, and I'm just gonna say, we're getting Genie and Scooter out of here. If that means this man has to die, that's what we're gonna do. He's coming to dinner. And that's what I message into Jam, and then I do the same to Garina and to Naren. So I send the same message to each of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just essentially going to sort of look over to little wooden boy.
Norman.
Norman. I don't
Listen,
remember any
Norman.
Hello, little woman.
I
wooden
don't
boy.
little wooden boy. I don't
Your
remember any of
friend,
his name
Norman,
at the moment.
the little wooden boy.
Little wooden boy who's going to burn.
Yeah, Joe's gonna
Sorry.
message back and just say, because that's how it works, right?
Yeah,
You can message
respond
back when
once, yeah.
during it.
Anybody
Yeah.
can back?
I'm just gonna say, how do we deal with the wooden boy?
And very theatrically, I'm just gonna send you a message of flames in your mind. Crackling candles.
You look over at Norman and there's just a filter of flames around on him.
Okay.
In just off from the group, you see Garina sort of like eyeing up Norman and Orin, and you see her like put her hand behind her back as if she's like readying the purifier, like she's just gripping it.
Can I still message back, or do I need you to message me again?
I
H4
did-
needs to message you
So
first.
once there is a message,
You
then
messaged
can-
me.
So you
messaged me the flames.
I messaged you the flames, so you
Yeah.
can respond to my flame message.
Okay, Jam's just gonna say, now?
Sure, I'm not stopping you.
Okay.
I mean, if we want to loot the place first, or get him out, set him on fire while I loot the place, it's up to you. Or do we want to put someone on this guy's duties? You know.
Is there a way that I can assess Norman, like, I don't
Like
know.
a magical wooden boy.
You can make an
How
insight.
strong does Norman look?
What are you looking
Yeah.
for? Are you looking for his capabilities, or are you like sort of looking at seeing what he's thinking? What is it that you're looking for? Depending on the
I'm
role.
not really sure.
Okay.
I
He's
kind of
built
want
like a tree, my dude.
I know. I'm very aware of this. Thank you for this.
Sorry. I thought I was funny.
Built like a tree, man, dude.
Yeah. Built like a tree.
That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Until something funnier comes about, I'm writing that down.
That he's built like a tree, my dude.
Nice.
Carry on.
I guess I'm kind of like assessing to see, because he's magic, whether me just burning him isn't going to work.
So you want to do an Arcana check?
Yeah, so go ahead and make an Arcana
I guess
check.
so. This is gonna be bad. Arcana.
Be bad.
I don't think I got anything in that. No, I do not. Oh, 7.
7. Because you've never come across a construct like Norman before, you're unaware whether there has been a resistance to fire built into him. Whether or not that's something Orin would have thought of, you're unsure.
Okay. Could I? Sorry.
Go for it.
Could I do like a survival check to see if like chopping him up first would be a better decision?
In terms of like to help you with burning him.
Just to see if like
I'd say
would
that
Jam logically?
I'd say if you were using chopping him up to help you with burning him, I'd say that would still come under the Arcana check, because it's still his body that you'd be burning, so you're unsure whether or not he's resistant to fire or not.
I'm just thinking of this as Jam being a little farm boy that has definitely built a fire before, kind of thing.
Oh, you know that like wood is very flammable, and if you light him,
yeah, I know that.
I'm
just thinking like would Jam...
like the exposed bit.
But you're unsure whether I'd say for Jam's sake, if Norman wasn't a construct of magical nature, you would probably feel confident in chopping him up and burning him. But because he's been made and he is an arcane construct, you're unsure whether there has been a resistance built in or not. So you can still try if you want to. You're just unsure whether that has been thought of.
Very well. Swing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can I message Naren?
Oh, there's Norman.
Yeah.
I was going to say, have I got a gauge of the murderous intent in the room?
I'd probably say yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say
Yeah.
you're very quick to pick that up.
Cool. As soon as anything happens, Eldritch Blast at both of them.
Yeah, I want to message Naren and ask whether she has any magical form of fire.
Okay.
No.
Bad.
I used all my
Jam,
spells.
go ahead and make some
Shit.
attacks for me.
Yep.
And you're doing this against
Very
Norman,
well.
aren't you?
I had to do 2 firewalls.
Okay, that's fine.
They're gone.
Oh yeah,
wait.
you've not got any spell slots.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. No, it's okay. Okay. Swing. 16
swing.
plus 6.
That hits.
Yay.
Don't worry about the
that
damage for
is-
now. Roll all 3 attacks.
DJ.
Yeah.
Can I hold an action,
Yeah.
please? If old man goes to do anything now that Jam starts attacking, can I please stab him in the back with a hidden blade?
Yes.
So he starts bleeding.
So,
Thank you.
Naren, you're holding your action to Eldritch
Yeah, as soon as anything sets off,
Okay.
at both of them.
And 84, you're holding your action in case Orin reacts to.
If Orin reacts to start attacking any of us or tries to protect the wooden boy, I will attack him.
Okay. Jam, what was your second attack?
A crit.
Okay. as you carve into him the first time, you do see him like go, and you carve in a second time. How do you want to kill Norman?
Oh, he died so easily. Oh, no.
You died so easily. This is why you didn't ask me to roll for damage.
Yeah.
It's
He's
only a little
He's
guy.
not got that
easily.
many hate. He's not got that many hit points. Okay, he's a
Oh,
child
he's just
minion.
a little
Oh God, we are awful, awful people.
Just like to
Oh,
note that's 2 children you've murdered since you've been here.
Yeah.
Technically, the first wasn't a
one's
child, so that
fake,
you can be let
one's
off.
fake.
Fine.
It's fine.
This one also technically isn't a child if we're going by
I was
that
about to
standard.
say one's made of
Yeah.
wood.
More than
One's
the,
a
more than the other
monster,
one.
One's made of wood.
Well, the first one was a child and it turned into a monster.
Yeah, but
this
it
one's
was
a
the monster
construct.
that you killed. This is a
Yeah,
form
but
of
this
a
is a
child boy.
construct.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, there's an
All right,
argument to be had.
let's go
there.
finish it.
Semantics.
Yes. So,
Semantics.
Jam, how do you looking around the room and feeling the tension, and you suddenly get that urge to you need to deal with Norman? How do you do it?
It's just going to be a straight up carve down the middle, as though I am like splitting a log, I guess.
Okay. So you just
Yeah.
you crack
Um,
this little boy's skull.
Oh,
Trigger warning.
God. And then I guess I'm going to chop him fine enough to be kindling.
Okay.
And then we're gonna set him on fire.
Okay, so you just and immediately like you feel the room become even more tense than before as you just the solo action of you doing this act, you strike Norman down, and then you proceed almost like not coldly but farm boyly. It's something that it's built into you. You just proceed to cut him up into various splinterings of wood and debris. And
I would say
Kindle.
Jam is very obviously quite riddled with guilt.
with that, Naren, your hold action, is that something you wanted to pop off because you said when things start going down, which they have definitely started going down.
Just how quickly have I seen Jam dispatch the wooden boy?
Very quickly, like almost within the first.
Well, in that case,
blow.
can I have been going to do it and I go, oh, he's dead, and then I go and shoot both at Orin?
Yeah, go
Don't
ahead.
shoot Orin. There's no reason to. He's not attacking.
We're killing him.
No, that's not what we discussed.
You did get a message in your head from 84 to say we're getting Genie and Scooter out of here.
Yeah.
You haven't been
So
told
this guy
that the
needs to be
killing is the
dead.
action. But if that's what if that's how Naren interprets that, then you
fair
can go
enough.
ahead and roll.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you just killed the little wooden boy. I'm definitely gonna kill Orin.
Oh,
So,
okay.
for a bit of context as well, we're gonna have the discussion
about
that was
to
had
say
at the end of the episode, because this was a big decision.
Yes.
Okay. You do your attacks. How? Okay. In terms of reaction, then TJ,
Mhm.
how many attacks do you reckon Naren would get in before 84 could react with a message?
Because technically Naren's
Two happen within an
attack
action.
is an attack action, she'd get both of her blasts off before you can pop off a message to her.
Yeah. Okay,
because it
that's
would be
fine.
your reaction. I'd say it would be your reaction to do so, but she'd still get those two.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Naren, go ahead and roll both your attacks for me.
Yeah, so am I rolling to hit?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So first one was a 16,
Okay.
and the second one's an unnatural 20.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and roll damage for me.
yeah, which one is it? That one. So that is. So I'm trying to read it. That is maths. That is the first one's 11.
Okay.
Second one is 10.
10. Okay. As you blast off, looking at Jam carving into Norman, you fire past 84, who has her hidden blade against his back, and you just blast him in the back as he's like tinkering in his workshop. You see him like bolt forward, and you see 84. You feel this like heat on you, and Jam and Naren, you see this strange gold shimmer just across his body before you see the blast splinter the ceilings and you see debris come down. You see that Orin is hurt. He definitely felt that. But there is something that is also protecting him, it seems. But you see like Orin like slouched over his desk. He's really hurt. He's like badly hurt, and he's just like clawing the wood, and you see him like looking around panicked, and he feels the hidden blade against his back, and he just freezes.
Okay. I'm
Sorry,
gonna
old
hold,
man.
I'm gonna hold the blade there, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna turn Naren. I'm gonna be like, stop there. We need him. He's partially alive to barter with.
You sure we got told he needed to die?
He does need to die, but if we want both Scooter and Genie, we need something to convince them. If we want just Genie, he can be dead. But I want my friend too.
Okay.
He is now at a state where I'm pretty sure we could just drag him. No,
I have manacles.
that works.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't die on the way,
No promises.
I can heal him.
How are we going to transport him without people in the town seeing what's going on?
Not easily now.
Very well.
It's
Okay.
never going to be easy.
Yeah.
This is gibbering idiot at this point.
Yeah, but it could have just been us moving a crazy old man.
It's still going to be us moving a crazy old man.
I mean, to be
He's
fair,
a
he's
crazy
not
old
very
man.
coherent, so either way, if we're taking him somewhere, we can say that we're going to get him help, if anything. And
Yeah.
people may believe us. I don't know.
Pretty sure we're wanted anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yup. However, we
Anyway, I
have
put the
been
manacles on Orin.
invited. We've been invited to dinner.
Okay.
Can I put the manacles on Orin Scrivello,
Yeah, you
please?
can. You sort of take your time
Yes.
to and restrain his hands, and he sort of like looks at you, and you can see him like visibly shaking. And as he would have been turned around for you to put the manacles on, are you putting him behind his back or in front of him?
Behind his back.
Okay, so you can see him like shaking, his hands are shaking, and you hear him like muttering just like random illogical sentences of confusion. He doesn't seem to be making any sense, and he's trying to speak common, but like he's just jabbering random words as if he doesn't understand what's happening.
Can 84 please try and just, I don't know, like say something to him?
Yeah. What would you like to
And just be like, this is not the original plan. I was not gonna be to do this, but fortunately not been left with much choice. So I'm sorry. We were gonna get you out of this undamaged. So I apologize for that.
Lions,
But
lions and tigers and bears. Lions,
lions and tigers
everywhere.
and bears. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that we are. We are lions. Sorry. But as lions we are, time to move. Should we get going? Good. Yep. Let's go. Let's go before I change my mind.
Before we go,
Yep.
Jam is going to hold on to Naren's hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to look Naren dead in the face and just be like, Vi, I know you can hear me, and I know you're probably screaming in there right now, I'm sorry about what we're about to do, but we have to save Jeannie. And then he's gonna let go.
He's not happy,
I know.
but she understands.
I know.
But let's just say it'll be a lot easier with me at the reins right now.
Yeah, I understand. I miss Vi.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry, I like to stretch my legs. And are we taking any firewood, or do you want to leave that here?
I guess we should leave it here.
Okay.
Hated
that was
that.
brutal.
Woof.
I wouldn't regret.
Spicy.
Sorry, I'm
Spicy.
really playing now right now. Like,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, so as you grab
Yes, I would love to take some
Scrivello.
firewood. Put it in my backpack.
You make your way past the grated
Steak.
grated part that separated between that small alcove.
Sorry. Before we leave,
yeah,
is there anything that looks coherent as a note, like
Go ahead.
books that actually make sense or anything like that?
Make a investigation check for me. Are you looking for books written by him or just books in general that are?
Ideally, books written by him.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Can I do a full investigation of the place?
Yeah. If you want to,
Looking,
one
please?
of you roll with advantage, or you both roll. It's up to you. I'll do the average.
I was about to say.
I've done all my rolls, so
I was about to say
Go
I
with
want
what
to
I got.
do separate rolls.
That's
please.
fine. Yeah, you do separate.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Investigation, is it?
Yeah.
So that is 22.
22. Okay.
Yeah.
Investigations. Hilarious. We got exactly the same.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so as you sort of like both split off and like start looking around different areas of the thing, doesn't take you long, Naren, before you find just what looks to be like a survivor's journal, written. It seems in like shaky handwriting, and detailing the events leading to him being like coming to Shaletown. Oh, not the reasons why, but like he gets to Shaletown. It's sort of like a diary. So he gets to Shaletown, meets with Father Crawford, and there seems to be an entry where there's a conversation that had, and there was a misunderstanding. And then the next page is Orin being very angry at something, but he doesn't say what it is. He just says that he doesn't agree with what Father Crawford has done, and he thinks he can stop it. And
Okay.
then it sort of like goes on about him trying to help the people of the Stranded Zone, building Norman, and then things start to get a little bit scribbly and unlogical. There is an entry before that though, that describes, not in great, it's very vague, but the entry essentially implies that 84's theory of Orin doing his own madness to himself may have been correct. It seems like Orin wanted to hide something, and so he did something, and then decided upon he needed to. The diary says, "quote remove his mind," and then the scrawling just becomes illogical. 84, as you're like looking around, what are you looking for specific? Is there anything specific that you're looking for around the room, or are you just sort of canvassing the area in detail to make sure that you haven't left anything behind?
Yeah, she's more canvassing the area, looking for, I guess, magic-y bits. Whether that's potions, whether that's items. Yeah, she's just sort of looking at the area in general, I guess.
Okay. With the 22, you find various potion ingredients. You find some like some dried leaves, some mushrooms, and the mushrooms seem to have like this odd growth, almost like as if they were picked in the forest outside Shaletown, and it's just they've sort of got like tumory growths on them. You see, there are like vials of unknown liquids that sort of like bubble, and you're fairly certain they're not complete potions. And other than that, you don't really find a lot, as you had a look round before. You found everything you sort of like needed to find, but that's the remnants of the more interesting stuff of note in this room.
Okay, no problems. And she's just gonna take the incomplete potions
Okay.
for now.
Yep.
To have a look into later.
Cool. No worries.
How many vials are there?
There's 3.
3.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at those later.
Cool. They are
Um,
colorless as well. They haven't. It seems that like they're so
Colorless.
early in the process that they're not really like formed yet. It just seems like
Okay.
they're the bases of the potions.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Great.
what would you like to do after you've searched the place? Are you sort of like heading out the door now, or?
Is there anything we can like cover him with? Like, is there a does he have a cloak or something that we can put over him just to like cover his main features and
I'd say with the 22, there's like tarps and like various fabrics and things you can sort of fashion into, and a cool hat that you can fashion into some sort of like cloak for him to cover him up if you need to.
I'm pretty sure if we put a cool hat on him, we're just gonna draw attention. I think
It's a very cool hat.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately we're gonna have to just cover him in tops. I think cool hats are gonna have to stay back in the house.
Yeah.
That's
You
sad.
can maybe
That's a
put a cool hat in the bag to save for later.
shame. As we walk away from explosions, very cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Nice.
as you leave, you put over this makeshift cloak that you've made for Orin. You walk out the door. Jam, I need you to roll a d12 for me.
Oh god, okay. Let me find one real quick.
Join us. Join us. Join us. I can only assume this is a sanity roll of sorts.
Yeah, I'm presuming so. Hold on, one moment. That one?
And you did chop a boy into kindling, so you know.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well.
Did you hit a 12?
No, I can't even find a D12 right now.
It's the hexagonal one. It looks like that. It
Yeah.
looks like a small d20.
Yeah, I've got one that goes up to 10.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll 2d6.
I was just,
do maths.
yeah, I was gonna say do 2d6.
8.
8.
Oof.
Oh, hold on. So you're at 74 now.
Come on, take.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so as Jam, as you like walk out with the rest of the group, you sort of look back at the kindling, and almost like involuntarily, you can't help but draw your eyes to the ceiling, where, as you noted when you walked in, there are other unfinished versions of Norman just strung from different shelves and the ceiling and things. And there's like, the feeling is completely up to you, but there is like an overwhelming thud in your chest that does resonate a little bit. And that as you said before, as that guilt sort of like sinks in, you feel your mind go a little bit, as if there is a meter just taking over, and there's the second where, as you're walking out, you look back at one of these wooden children and you just swear you see a glimpse of a red tiefling before blinking, and you snap out of it and you turn and you leave.
Okay.
As you come out of the building and step onto the street, I need you to make a stealth check. As you come out onto the street and you notice there is nobody around, and you look down and you remember that the bell has tolled and the mist starts to gather around your feet.
Oh shit. We should probably go back into the building.
16.
16.
Yep.
Unnatural 20.
What did you get, Jam?
6.
6.
Oh.
Okay. As you
Yeah.
walk onto the street, you feel the wisps
Smelling it.
of mist just spiral around your feet before like tapering off further down, and you hear Naren specifically. No one else hears this, but Naren, you just hear that croaking, that creaking, almost like bending of metal, just in the back of your mind, and your hair stands on end as you look behind you. Just instinctively, there's no one there, and you look around you.
Yeah.
The Crooked Man is nowhere to be
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, due to my last experience with the Crooked Man, I'm going to go out in that fog, look at it, notice the fog, and be like, "Oh fuck no!" And I'm going back in. I'm like,
Okay.
guys, if you value your lives,
We're waiting
Get back
for
in.
morning.
yeah.
Okay.
Jam just gets grabbed by the scruff and he's dragged back
I'm
in.
just my
Because he's just like
Yeah.
completely unaware.
I'm like,
As you are dragged
I
back
got no
into the
spell slots.
building.
Fuck this shit.
I was about to say, are you actually dragging us in?
I would like
or-
to grab both of you and be like, I'll see the fog and be like,
Okay. And 84, please try and scramble away because she's really intrigued and she wants.
She can go die. I don't care.
Go ahead and
She
make
wants to
a contested
try and
strength
do
check,
it.
Naren and 84.
Okay.
This is also
Can that
contested
be a new
against
title? She can go die.
Orin. I need 84 to make 2 strength checks for me. One against Naren, and because you're struggling against Naren, you feel Orin start to struggle as well. So it needs to be against Scrivello.
Oh.
I
does
got
it
an
need to be-
18.
God damn it. Got an 18. So roll it for
Yeah.
Naren first.
Huh?
Sorry,
Oh, right.
for Katie.
Yeah. I was all like, what?
No, 13.
13.
It ain't good.
So Naren has a pretty good hold of you. Now roll
Yeah.
against Orin for me.
Oh no. Oh no.
What did you get?
Oh no. Oh no.
What did you
Um,
get? Is it a natural one?
Unnatural one.
Oh. Naren, as you drag 84
I mean, I
and
wasn't
84
holding
starts-
him. I just had my knife against his back.
Okay.
I was never the one holding him.
So who? I mean, Jam probably would have been holding him, or Garena.
I assumed
mean-
you were holding him, considering you had his manacles.
I put the manacles on him, but then I went off to look at books.
Okay, so because there was no one specified that was holding him, I'll say that you were escorting him with the hidden blade on his
Mhm.
back. I'll still
Oh,
keep the rolls
okay.
in play. Naren, as you like grab 84, you like struggle against her for just a second, and for a brief moment, just instinctively wanting to see what is this thing, what Naren's so afraid of, you bring your hand up to like try and get her off, and your hidden blade moves away from Orin for just a second, and you see him turn and start to like he doesn't run, oddly enough, he just slowly backs away from you, but staring at you all with his manacles behind his back, and he starts like jittering and muttering incoherently,
Staring into the mist or into the house?
just going into the street as if he's trying to get away from you, but wants to do it in a very careful way, but also in a way that feels like his understanding of this whole situation is just null and void. He doesn't understand what's going on, and he's like walking away from you at the moment. Naren and Jam, you can also see this as well.
Okay. I would like to grab Orin.
Okay. So as you go over to him, go ahead and roll a.
I don't want to like
Strength check.
approach him like aggressively. I just kind of want to be like, "Come on, bud. I'm sorry. Let's go."
Go ahead and make.
But I
a
am going to
persuasion
like
check
grab.
to see if you.
I'm
can
gonna grab
push
hold
him.
of him as well.
Oh, just roll a strength.
Like I'm
check.
grabbing him, but I'm not going like aggressively.
Yeah.
That's
Roll a strength check, and he's going to roll one contested because he doesn't want to be held by you people right now. You've got to beat a 15. Sorry, 14.
I win.
Okay.
I win. Doesn't
as
even
you-
tell you number, just I win.
I rolled a 13. I have a +3. I think I'm fine.
As you like approach him slowly, you just sort of like you grab him semi-gently, but like firmly. And you can
Firmly.
see he's like looking around, doesn't know what's going on, and the moment he feels your hand like grab him, it's almost like placidly he just goes along with you, understanding that he doesn't want to get hurt, he doesn't want to be with you, he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah. Jam's just gonna like quietly talk to him, just like trying to be reassuring.
Mhm.
Like just like being like, I'm sorry, we have no choice to do this. He's not gonna say that he's gonna be okay.
As you move
Don't
him
lie to
back
him.
into the building, what would you like to do?
Shut the door. Don't let the fog in.
Are you wanting to? So essentially, how are you wanting to go about this? Because you have a long rest if you need to rest until sunup or sunup in this town. But also you have a prisoner to maintain as well.
I'm guessing we're gonna
Start the
do
fire.
If
yeah.
Now, are you starting a fire?
2 rounds, 2 watches.
I start a fire with Norman's corpse.
I would like to clarify that Naren would know this whole place is made of wood. The entirety
Oh,
of
the
the
whole
workshop
place is made of wood. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
A wood
Never mind.
house.
Yeah,
then.
the entire
Yeah,
workshop
don't
is
worry
a
about it.
wooden workshop. It's got like metal beams.
I did
at the
not
top,
know
but
that.
Yeah. Most
That's
of it is
fair.
made
I
of
thought
wood.
we were underground with stone everywhere. That's cool.
No, you're in a building. You're like just in a building. Yeah.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
My brain was still on sewers.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Fair.
he came out the sewer.
I was kind of imagining that there was at least a fireplace somewhere.
It's made of
Okay,
wood, but
So,
Yeah.
how are you
You've
going
never made
about
a
this?
fireplace in a wooden house in
Yeah,
Minecraft?
let's do
No.
shift. Let's try and do long rest, but in shift.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who wants to do first shift?
I can take 2 shifts.
I'd say Garina.
I only really need a
Garina
short
will
rest.
definitely want to be doing 1 shift.
Oh,
If
Yeah.
there's anything I know, Chloe would be like, Garina definitely wants to keep an eye on this motherfucker to make sure he does not get
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
given what's on the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
So she'll say
Yeah.
she'll do second shift.
we could time to a post or something.
Can I do first shift?
Cool.
Can I tie him to a post
You
so
can
that
tie
he
him to a
can't
post,
like
yes.
not so his arms are above him, but like so he's like not gonna get away easily.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
His arms are currently behind him, so having his arms above
That's
him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be so bad. He'd be hogtied.
Dice rollers.
Naren, the manacles you have, by the way, are they just normal manacles?
Yeah, I believe they're just normal
Okay.
manacles I got ages ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you tie him to a post, arms behind his back. Jam's taking first watch. Green is taking second. 84 and Naren. Which shift are you taking?
I can do last.
Okay.
Sure, I'll do the third.
Okay. So, Jam, go ahead and make a perception check for me to make sure you can keep an eye on Orin and his movements.
22.
Do
22.
long rest.
Okay, so through your shift, you manage to keep an eye on Orin a fair amount. And he does you see his arms shift a little bit, but he just sort of slides down the pole, sits down, and almost resides himself a little bit, and just sort of starts looking around the room, looking at his desk, looking at his workshop, and you see his eyes just darting back and forth fairly quickly.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to say to him on your shift, or are you just wanting to?
I think Jam will just kind of be kind of just staring at him, avoiding looking at the other Normans as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just gonna be saying because he's riddled with guilt at the moment, he's just gonna be like, I'm sorry, this isn't the most ideal situation. We're fighting for people that we really care about here, and unfortunately you're in the middle of it. We're gonna try our best to make sure that things turn out okay. And he's just gonna be kind of rambling like that. Again, making sure he's not saying you're going to be okay to him, because Jam knows the reality of that.
Yeah.
But he's just going to be basically trying to explain the situation without giving too much away.
Yeah.
And just being like, we're stuck here, bud. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be here as much as you don't want to be here.
Okay. Again, you can see him like almost like trying to understand what you're saying, but having a very, very difficult time concentrating.
Yeah.
And as you're,
I think Jan would already mentioned stuff about guilt as well, and how he's feeling. He probably feels a bit like he's betraying Vi at the moment.
okay. As your mind wanders toward these thoughts, you almost like get lost in time a little bit before you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you look back and you see Greener sort of like nudge you towards like a spot that you've picked out to sleep, and she sort of sits and just silent, dead silent. She doesn't say a word, and she just sort of sits there, takes the purifier off her back, and just holds it and just stares at Orin. She doesn't say a word throughout her entire shift. She just looks, occasionally looking behind to make sure he's not trying to escape, and she just has the purifier there on her lap before her shift is over. And Naren, go ahead and roll a perception check for me on your shift.
It's natural 1, TJ.
Natural 1.
Yep.
As you're sort of like looking, your mind starts to like wander a little bit, and your mind wanders to the image of your known, almost known patron. As you've seen glimpses of her in your head, you see glimpses of Vi. You can hear her in your head, protesting avidly about what's happening, but understanding in a morbid kind of way. And looking at Orin towards the end of your shift, you just see him like head down, eyes closed, and just slumped over.
I was going to say, I would like to have tied another rope around him.
Okay, so like round his whole body to the pole.
Just another,
Yeah,
if he's
okay.
like let down at that point, I'm just going to do another one.
Cool.
Obviously, I'm not going to ask for another perception check because I got 1.
Yeah.
And I would like to try and talk to him a little bit,
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah. What would you like to talk to him?
Well, I'd like to have his book and just be like, so you did this to yourself. You've messed up your own mind to protect something. To protect yourself or to protect this place?
You sort of see him like look
I'm
up and
amazed.
blink out of it and just stare at you.
I'm amazed you've managed to survive this long when Crawford is trying to find you.
When you say this, you see him like glance over to the pile of kindling that used to be Norman, and then just like look away and stare at you.
Yes, I am sorry about that. He was a brilliant creation. I'm sure one of your closest friends. But we're stuck here with multiple options, and this unfortunately seems to be the best one. We'll see what happens, and hope for the best outcome. There's a lot more than Shaletown going on right now, and I am sorry for that.
As you look at him, he puts his head down. You do see his eyes like go towards pile of wood. With a natural 1, you hear him mutter something, but you don't hear what it is. He seems to just utter one word. He hasn't spoken in hours. He says one word, but you're unsure what he said.
Could I move towards him and try and hear
I'd
if
say
he's
he
going to say it
probably
again?
said it, and then you move towards him to try and listen in, and he doesn't say it again.
That's fair. I will not get angry, and I will respect that he's not going to say another thing because people are sleeping.
With your shift coming to an end, 84, if you want to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah. Mm. Ba, 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 ba. 18.
18. As you take over your shift, you see Orin already like resigned, almost like seemingly like fallen asleep, but now and again you'll see his eyes blink and he's seemingly like not sleeping all night and he's just staring dead at the floor. With an 18 now and again you'll see him lift his head very briefly and look up at the ceiling and look around and just try and come to terms with what's happening.
Can I be reading my book very quietly to him?
Yes. Mark off how many I'd say you get a couple hours out of that, so say about 2 hours.
Sure. Just so that, he doesn't have to talk to me because obviously he's pretty incoherent. But so he's not bored.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very kind of you.
If he's struggling to sleep because he's got manacles and shit on, then at least he's entertained. So yeah. So we've just been sitting there, reading a book.
Cool. As you like finish up reading, you get your last bit of rest, and everyone starts to come to. Just as a quick note as well, it's my bad, but Naren, as you were reading through his diary, reading through to him, there is a like ripped up page at the very start that you seem to have like missed as you skimmed through and you picked it up first. And the only thing you can make out is it says Kaine's name before he got to Shaletown. And there's not a lot of substance on that thing, on that beginning part. And as you all come to, you see him like lift his head, and you hear the bell, bung, and he looks, and he just slumps down. So would you like to transport him out, or is there anything you want to do before you leave?
Gonna get my rope back.
Can I feed him?
Yeah, you can give him a ration if you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
We are monsters this episode.
We are
Shaletown does that to
horrible
people.
Yep.
Puts you in positions you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
You did this to us, TJ. I blame you. I blame you entirely. I wasn't a good person, but I was an okay person before this. Now I'm a bad one.
Or change your alignment to chaotic bad. Whatever it is.
Join me.
Evil. Just neutral evil.
Yeah.
So as you like feed him, he does take it, but very reluctantly, almost like childishly. He doesn't react to the fact that he's being fed outside food either, which is something strange because obviously when you fed it to Scooter and you fed it to Andre as well, they reacted as if it was something new, but he seems to have like maintained that knowledge of what food outside tastes like.
Yeah.
So you stand him up
Just
now
don't
and you
want
get
him
your rope
dying
back.
on the walk.
Fair. And you
Can I
head.
do an Arcana check on him as I'm taking my rope off?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. 17.
17. Looking at him, and with your history of like magical artifacts and like people of power and things like that, there's something in his eyes that just doesn't scare you, but there is an understanding there between you two as you're like looking into his eyes that there is some kind of power there, but you're unsure as to what it is. Almost as if. Go and make an insight check for me, actually.
Oh no. Okay. 18?
18. The deeper you look in his eyes, you see in his pupil a crack, almost like cracked glass. And you see that in both of his eyes. His eyes are bright blue, and just across the pupil, you see a crack as if there has been one hit on glass and it's just sort of splintered out just a little bit, almost like a fracture. And you remember that poster you picked up in the workshop said something about someone hunting something called a fracture. And his eyes are nothing like you've ever seen before.
Oh.
That's pretty crazy.
It's super crazy, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. I'd like to relay that to the group, and I'm not role playing because I got people news.
Fair. So yeah, the group is made aware of what that is, and I'm assuming the correlation between that and possibly the poster you found as well.
Wait, what's going on? What?
So Naren found.
Sorry.
She looked into Orin's eyes, and in both of his eyes, down the middle of his pupils, it's like a splintered glass, almost like someone's hit glass, and it's just sort of splintered and corralled off.
Right.
Like a fracture. And Naren remembers that earlier in the day, before you kidnapped him, she found a poster that said that somebody, it's a poster from the Empire, was looking, and it was a wanted poster for a someone or something called a fracture.
But we don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is now.
Okay, fair enough. That's
Naren,
where I was confused. I was
yeah.
like, I don't believe we've heard about this before.
No. If you want to make a history check, you're more than welcome to see if you
Yes,
can
I would
remember.
love to make a history check.
Naren, also make a history check
Not-
as well,
not
because you've
like she
lived in the
knows
Empire,
anything.
so you may know. Oh no, they've frozen. God damn it.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Reggie. There you go. Oh,
Uh-oh.
you're back. Cool. That's cool.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow.
well,
She's back,
it ain't
but I can hear Kate.
ain't
It's
gonna
because
be
I'm wired
good.
in.
Why?
Yeah. History.
Yeah.
17.
17. 84.
12.
12. You're unsure what a fracture is, but Naren, you briefly remember in your youth there were stories, almost like legends, of a creature of immense knowledge, like dangerous amounts of knowledge, that is known as a fracture. It's almost told as like a boogeyman kind of story, and it's very much like Empire propaganda that the anyone that is a fracture is the enemy and is bad. And you would know with a 17, you wouldn't know too much detail, but you would know that there is only one born in every 1,000 years.
Oh. We might want to reconsider killing him.
Why are we reconsidering? Wait, what is happened?
Me and TJ have been
Yeah,
having a very
Jam's
deep
having-
talk about what's going on.
Jam's having some thoughts about the current
Jam's having
trajectory
some
of your
thoughts, but Jam
decisions.
is very much outnumbered.
Wait, okay, but whatever we learned before we cut out, I didn't hear at all.
Okay, so I can relate that
know
to you
we
now.
learned something, and
Yeah.
that was it.
So
Yeah.
okay, so for the sake of time, I'll carry on straight away. So to reiterate, Naren saw in Orin's eye there was a fracture, like a splinter, like glass had been smashed.
I remember that bit.
Naren relayed and almost correlated that to there was a poster in Orin's possession from the Empire that said that they were after something or someone called a fracture. Now, a fracture, now relays this to the group, is someone of immense knowledge and is only born once every a millennia, every 1,000 years. There's only one born. You're unsure any more details apart from that, but that's Naren's theory at the moment, that this Orin Scrivello may be a fracture. Hey, I'm not the one to decide to look into their eyes, okay? Naren could have left him
no,
alone.
wait.
I wanted to reiterate to Ares that like Naren, because Ares was like, "Why did you have to do this?" And I'm like, Naren didn't have to check him. Now you could have walked
I
away.
did an Arcana check,
You
and
could have
I
walked
then
away.
found stuff out.
Burn the witch at the stake. End it. Who needs fucking knowledge? Move on.
So, for the sake of brevity,
For the
then
sake
I'm gonna
of
say
Okay.
you've all woken up. You've grabbed your rope back, Naren, and you are on your way out of the building at the moment. I'm gonna need everyone to make a stealth check for like social stealth to make sure that you aren't drawing attention to yourselves.
Sure.
Oh, I gotta do fucking disadvantage. Well,
I'd say, Jam. This can be a straight roll for you because it's not sneaking; it's just social stealth to make sure you're not looking suspicious.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
17.
17, cool. Did you roll a
I
d20?
got
Yeah,
Ash?
rolling samesies.
I did. I rolled a
tonight.
19, then I rolled a 17, then I rolled a 14, and I got a plus
Nice,
3. So,
nice.
you know, I was just like, oh, okay.
84.
That's also a 17 from me
Sweet.
because I rolled a fucking 7. Rude.
Jam.
Rude.
16.
16. Cool. Okay. So as you're moving Orin through this space, you position yourselves in such a way where you're not drawing entire immense amounts of attention to you and your group moving with Orin, who oddly enough is almost just resigning himself completely to the situation he's been put in. It's almost as if he understands that he's outnumbered and he wants to like put himself first in a way, and just goes along with what you're doing. He's again stopped speaking. He's looking around. His eyes are moving like 10 to the dozen. And you manage to come to the wall of the stranded zone undetected almost. Yes.
Did I remove his manacles as we walk?
Yeah, sure. You can
Nice.
remove his manacles and you see him like almost just sort of look with like a surprised look and then put his hands to his front and just cradle his wrists a little bit and he just continues to walk. You manage to get to the entrance of the stranded zone as a group of people dressed in like padded armor. Go ahead and someone make a perception check for me.
Or 19.
19. As you approach this group of people, you don't recognize any of their faces, and they sort of look towards you and like hold out their hands to stop you. And you just notice on the chest of this like padded uniform that they're wearing is a very like scratched away and damaged crown symbol. And you remember that Kaine had scouts that came to Shaletown a while ago, never came back. And you see these group of 4 people all wearing the same padded armor. They're worn leather, and the symbol is like worn away as if they've been in some sort of scuffle. But they sort of stop you and go, if not to be rude, but where are you going?
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I have the symbol of the crown.
Okay.
Not sure it's going to help.
Token of the crown.
I do. I know I do.
Wait, have you got it, or do I? It's in my inventory on Vi, is it? Or
I
did you
have-
get it?
I have a keychain with the crown and the monarch symbol on it, I think.
Oh, that's for the that's a monarch symbol. It's vaguely similar, but the token from the faction, the crown, I think Vi had it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't have Yeah, okay.
Nice. But yes, so I got that, and I'm gonna. Do I see the scratched out crown symbol then?
84. Would you point it out to the group? Oh, she hasn't got headphones.
Anybody?
Would you
Alright.
point out the crown symbol to the group? 84.
Sorry, what?
The symbol you see on the chest of the people that stopped you,
Yes.
would you have pointed it out to the rest of the group?
Um.
Or are you keeping it quiet?
Probably would have mentioned it to Jam. I probably wouldn't have mentioned it to Naren.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure Naren would have particularly given a shit.
Fair.
Mm.
So it's related.
Considering
Jam,
Naren
Well,
wasn't
that is inconvenient.
Well,
That is rather
Naren wasn't around when we were really in
True. Yeah.
the camp, though, because Vi was there, and I know
Yeah.
that Naren is in Vi's head, but Naren wasn't present at
Yeah.
that time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but
So-
they share an inventory.
Yeah, but that's not really known.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all
But-
good. Don't worry, we ain't met her in here.
Yeah,
Um,
so I'm like, yeah, I mean, 84 probably would have been like,
It's Jam.
sorry, brain really not functioning.
It's all good. It's fine. It's
Um,
fine.
okay.
To Jam
Mhm.
would have been like, these might be the missing crown members.
Mm.
They seem to have their armor on.
Okay. Can I steal some armor?
And they stop you.
No,
like,
I'm not
in the,
sure
in
it
the
will.
street.
I'm not sure it will do anything.
No.
And they go, I don't mean to be assumptuous, but you wouldn't be happening to leave the stranded zone, would you?
84 is gonna go forward, and she's just gonna be like, "We got invited to dinner with Father Crawford."
You see them put their hand like by their side, and you notice that they've got like clubs, and they start like narrowing their eyes towards you, and they go, "Why?"
He wishes
Mm.
to discuss with us, and that's a private matter.
They draw their clubs just a little bit,
Ah, fuck.
and they just stare at you. You see them like back off a little bit, as if you're unsure whether they want to get into a fight or not, but they're definitely not happy with those answers, and they sort of draw their clubs halfway, and they go, "Private matter with Father Crawford."
I mean, would you like to go get him and ask?
You're not.
Would you
from
like to go
around here, are you?
request? No, we're not. Hence why he wants to talk to us.
They all draw their clubs. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
For fuck's
How's-
sake.
Katie,
My
have you forgotten that this area hates the chosen few?
No, I'm just doing
Okay.
a thing.
Okay,
So
I'm
done.
just making sure that Katie hasn't forgotten, and this
No,
is intentional.
I have not. 84,
Okay.
unfortunately, is let's just say 84 is doing a thing.
Okay.
I also I did forget.
That's fact. This is why I ask. I'm like, just checking this interaction's meant to be happening.
Okay.
84 is
Damn.
being an arsey little bitch, and he's having a lot of fun
18.
doing it.
Great.
15.
So these
Oh,
people's
15.
blood is on your hands.
Am I rolling all the 20s for this?
With initiative, no, just roll a straight initiative roll.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just checking before I
okay.
roll like 3 of them.
It's all good.
14.
14. And Naren,
12.
12. Okay.
12.
Jam, you're up first. As they draw their clubs and they just sort of like hold them by their side, you can see that they have an intent to try and stop you.
Oh, a shame.
Fuck. Why?
What a shame.
I don't know if I want to even swing.
Please just
You
get rid of
don't
this. It's
have
getting all out of
to.
hand.
I know. would like to hold an action.
Okay.
If they charge,
Mm-hmm.
that's when Jam will swing.
Okay.
But he is not going to be the first to swing.
Okay.
I think he's probably going to say, like, I don't want to fight anyone anymore. I'm tired. I just want to go home.
Oh no. With your held action, then Jam, 84, you're up next.
TJ, can I
Yes.
quickly send you a message?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Whilst you're doing that,
I'm
I will
gonna-
describe your surroundings for you.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly mute myself because I'm gonna send it to you via voice message because I don't have the brain capacity to type.
That's
Aries, read lips.
that's fair.
No,
Black
I
out your
won't.
camera as well. If Aries can read lips, yeah, black out your camera.
Yeah.
So whilst you're doing that, I'll describe you. Your surroundings are basically like there's like various shacks and houses. It's very similar to the image on the Roll20 screen actually. This is the entrance to the stranded zone. There's like a large wall and various bits of debris that almost act like a makeshift gate. And there are 4 people guarding that.
Oh, 4 corpses.
God, Naren is on one today. Naren
I'm
and
just
84 are
saying.
on one today.
84's put us in this position, and we just gotta get shit done, don't we? So,
That is true.
though, I won't lie, Naren now kind of wants to peel into the fountain of knowledge that is Orin Scrivello, but also, she was on board to just kill the guy.
Yeah. I mean, as I said to Aries whilst we had like a mini break, a decision has been made, but that doesn't necessarily mean that certain members of the party can't change their course. It just means that the decision's been made for the betterment of the group to try and get out of Shaletown quicker. I'm not going to railroad you into any sort of, oh no, you've made this decision, you have to stick to it. Completely up to you.
Of course not.
But you know, yeah.
I know. I just know we all want to get out of Shaletown.
Yeah, that's which is why the decision, when I asked for the decision, was like that's what that facilitated. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic because I'm going to listen to this thing.
Oh, secrets.
Secrets. Sorry, guys. I don't have brain to type words.
Nah, it's understandable. I wouldn't either.
Like,
are you doing okay?
Yeah, pain levels just aren't great in this chat right now, so I'm slowly flagging.
Yeah. Do you need some floor time?
I don't know whether floor time's gonna help because I won't be able to get myself. Yeah, I don't think I'll get myself up once I'm down. And
she's walking around with a crutch at the moment.
Yeah, my pain meds aren't kicking in, and it sucks. So we're thriving.
Did I tell you that I bonded with my nan over both of us being on pregabalin? That was fun. I'm on a higher dose than my nan. That's awesome.
Love that. Such a fan.
Yeah.
My doctor was like, I want to move you on to a higher dose of this, and I was like, I don't. No, thank you. And he was like, why not? And I'm like, I'm on so many a thing already. Yeah. I'm like, I'm very worried about what this is doing to me, considering I've been on this stuff for fucking years.
Yeah.
And he was like, very true. And I was like, yeah, I would rather not have permanent heart conditions because I've been on this stuff for like 4 years. Please and thank you.
Oh, turkey.
I've sent you.
I'm not going cold, right? Every time they say cold turkey, and I'm like, you're gonna fucking
I'm not serious.
kill me.
I just hope you know that. I'm never serious.
I know, but every time you say that, it makes me feel bad about taking my meds. I know, but it does. It makes me feel bad that I take my meds.
You're good for taking your meds. Please,
yes, you're very
please
good.
take
Please
your
continue.
meds.
Katie, I've sent you a voice message on WhatsApp. If you don't, it's only 30 seconds long, but all I say is like continue, basically. However,
Okay.
that's basically what I say in the
Continue
message.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's when we see 84's former dread, and she just wrecks ass. Yeah.
She's been a rotter the whole
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on that, then,
Mhm.
84 is okay. 84 is going to fucking attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
She's going to attack with her rapier, please. And I roll all my dices for this, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, all of my d20s?
Yes.
Not
for
for
this.
attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's any time a d20 is rolled except for initiative, basically.
Okay. Wouldn't have fucking mattered. They're all shit. So that is 14.
14 hit.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, 14 just hits.
Just about
Yeah.
hits.
Mhm.
You love. What's up? I did the thing without picking out my dice first, which was
It's not a great idea.
I know. So, and I didn't get any sneak attack in there, which was also dumb. But that's okay. That's okay. So that is a 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
6 damage.
Okay.
And then with my cunning action, actually no, I'm going to with my bonus action, I'm going to use my bardic inspiration, and I'm going to finger guns at at Jam.
Nice.
I'm just gonna be like,
You
bam.
have a d6 roll on any ability check or saving throw.
Okay, I will need to be reminded about this.
That's fine. I'll
That's
let you
fine.
know if you want to use it, because you can use it anytime within, I think it's an hour. You can use it within.
Yeah. To do so, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, good. D6.
Oh, burning. Hold on.
It's not burning. That's bad.
Ideal.
It's not burning. It's just the heat from my PC that just smells a bit weird, but it's fine.
Excellent. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Healthy smells.
If I cut out, you'll know an explosion happened. Anyway.
Excellent.
Okay, so Bardic Inspiration. Is that your go, or are you wanting to
Yes.
move around anywhere?
You're
You're about 10 feet away from these people at the moment. Sorry, well, you're 5 feet because you attacked. So you're about 5 feet away from the other group. So.
I mean, she's just gonna like hop back to her friends, I guess.
Okay. Cool. As you're moving away, the one you attacked does get an opportunity attack. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. As they...
baby.
Because of this, can I do my action now?
If
they're doing an
sure.
opportunity.
Yeah. If they're attacking
Yeah.
84, you can sort of step forward and attack them as well. You are hit for 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and Jam can swing for me.
Very well. Swing. 16.
16 hits.
Cool. Is that a D8? Yes. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. How do you want to kill this guy?
What?
They're civilians.
Be an
Oh,
easy kill.
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Jam,
Um,
2 so far in this season 1 session.
One was a child.
How do you want to kill this person, Jam?
I think he'll just go in for like the defensive of like defending 84, and
Yeah.
he'll just kind of like step in front of 84 and swing outwards.
Yeah.
And it'll just, I guess, it'll hit him real good.
As he like forward and like hits 84 over the back of the head, you sort of step in just out of time to stop him from hitting her, but you instinctively just swipe, and you just see his like gut cut open, and he just falls to his knees and falls down. Go ahead and make an intimidation check for me.
Okay.
84 is gonna giggle and is just gonna be like, my hero, like to this like murder of this guy.
Nice. What did you roll?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You notice the 3 others just sort of like back away, and they look over your shoulder at like people that have started to gather now, and they go, "They're chosen few spies, and they're dangerous. Just leave us alone." And you see them just sort of like back away from you, and they walk away from the gate, and you see them like shaking.
I'm just gonna kind of say, we'd be really shit spies if we were.
They don't respond, and you see the rest of like, you look back and you see people just looking eyes wide, and they're sort of like whispering to each other, staring at you and talking amongst each other, and you just hear like whispers and like offensive things being said under people's breaths, and you start to see people scouring and backing away from you, all frightened.
Well, this isn't the first.
This feels unfortunately very familiar. Let's keep going.
We're not spies, if that helps. Anyway.
So you walk past the guards, you pull open like the makeshift gate, and you come out to Shaletown proper. Are you heading straight to the archway that Father Crawford invited you to, or is there any way you want to stop before?
Oh, might as well.
As we're walking, I think Jam's going to be like, Are we making the right move?
Oh, we're about to kill a being who probably has all of the knowledge we could ever want, just doesn't know it right now.
Yeah.
But we're getting Genie back.
I know we're getting Genie back, but the consequences of this I can't help but think about.
We get this man killed, which I'm all for, but just laying it out for you. We get this man killed. We lose all the knowledge. By the way, only one of these is born every 1,000 years. We lose all that knowledge. The guy gets Shaletown, and we get an old woman, who I know you all love very dearly.
I'm gonna say at this point, Naren, you see Garina just glaring at you, holding the purifier.
Oh, I
Not even
bet.
on her back, just
Yeah.
holding it.
Yeah, I bet. But maybe we could work out a way that this guy somehow helps us get Genie back, with the amount of knowledge he'll probably have.
I think I want to kill Father Crawford.
I want to kill Father Crawford.
I think, I don't know, but I think I would rather try that and be able to save Genie, save Scooter, and also possibly still be able to save Dex without betraying Vi, without killing thousands of people that Vi's brother is going to kill. All of that. I think there's been so much bloodshed already. I feel like killing Father Crawford is going to be the best way forward. I'm not feeling good about any of this. I have so much blood on my hands, and I don't want any of it, and I can't wash my hands of it. I'm feeling really not okay. I want to go home, and I feel like killing Father Crawford is the best way forward. This place is awful. It's making us awful. And I don't think, and I feel like Father Crawford is the reason for all of this, and I feel like killing Orin is not going to help. It's going to make everything worse.
So, rotter
Naren's
potion?
gonna hold your hand.
Yeah.
Jam's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can 84 get out the notebook that she got earlier from Orin's place?
Yeah.
With the potion notes on it.
Yeah.
And she's gonna show Orin, knowing that he's kind of incoherent. And she's gonna point to the rotter one. And she's gonna be like, deadly to anybody?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Sure. Oh, for fuck's sake. 13.
13. He sort of looks at you, looks at the note. You think you see him vaguely nod, but he doesn't say a word to you.
By the way, this isn't for you. Somebody else.
He continues to look down.
This would be instead of you.
Jam is going to look at Orin. And he's just gonna straight up ask, Orin, do you know a way that we could kill Father Crawford? Do you know a way that we could make that possible?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage for me.
No.
Killed Norman.
We have scared him a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You killed his boy.
Killed his boy.
Ooh. What was it? Sorry? Persuasion?
Yeah.
20. A natural 20.
Hey.
I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Holy shit, fair play. Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Jan was supposed to be redeemed. It's
Ooh.
destiny.
Yeah.
You've got to like say this to him. He looks up and he goes, we're all living on a corpse. Ancient corpse. Lions everywhere. But one. Head of the pack. And you just see his eyes fluttering and just you notice that they always go back to that piece of paper with the potion on it.
We need to go get the rotter, whatever it is.
So to the island?
The island is the essence. We need to go to the rotter lands.
Oh, right.
The essence
Okay.
is to heal. The rotter lands is to kill.
Right.
But if we're living on a corpse, that wouldn't that mean that we have to kill a corpse?
Yeah, rotter. A rotter is a corpse.
I suppose so, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm going with the idea that Shaletown's been built on top of a titan.
That's very cool.
That's very cool.
It says rotter root.
Okay.
So it says go to the fields, get rotter root to kill Father Crawford is what my notes say.
Okay.
Okay, then I guess Jam's gonna I guess he's gonna like kind of snatch the note out of 84's hands. He fully intends to give it back, but of course you don't know that. He's gonna snatch the note out. Yeah, he's gonna snatch the note out of 84's hands, and he's just going to like kind of hold it to Orin's eyesight, and he's just gonna be like, "Is this what we need to do?"
He sort of looks, and you see him looking back and forth at like the notes and things. He goes, "To kill a puppet, to kill its master, the puppet also must burn. The puppet master must die. Strings. But the puppet still dies."
Okay.
So killing Father Crawford won't be enough. We have to cut his
Yes.
ties with the place as well.
I
Mm.
like see him looking around, looking at 84.
So we have to cut his magic connection to the place. Because he's connected this whole thing as
Yeah.
a whole religious.
Unless Shaletown is the puppet and he is the master.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Of he's created this weird magic barrier, hasn't he?
Yeah. So
There wasn't a magic barrier around it before.
mm,
So the problem is if we kill him, does the magic barrier remain?
what I'm hearing is if we kill Father Crawford, the strings are cut.
Yeah, I'm hearing the opposite of
Mm.
puppet remains even if the puppet master is dead. Because the puppet is still
Oh,
there.
yeah, because
Somebody else
yeah.
can just pick up the strings.
That's true.
The puppet needs to be burnt as well.
I'm hearing that we need to burn Norman and give the poison to Orin, and for some reason that's good.
Oh, what? You're
Because
hearing a
Norman was a
whole-
puppet, basically. He's a little wooden boy. And then who was his master? Orin. I don't know, it feels like some weird Jesus crap where like he'll drink the poison, die, and come back and be like, "Oh, I'm good."
I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what's going through my head. I'm like, I don't think this is right, but that's all I can think of right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to resurrect this old man from the dead.
Yeah. But maybe he has to die in a certain way for him to actually be able to come back.
Kind of like how it went with 84.
No, but
He has to die in order, like when 84 died, she got all her memories back, right?
yeah, and she lost the symbol thing.
So maybe
Yeah.
But I don't like that. We're not going to be able to resurrect him.
But also, guys, I got given a choice.
True.
Oh
I
shit,
could
yeah.
choose to die or choose to go back.
Yeah.
He could just choose to die.
Either way, I think we should kill Father Crawford.
Agreed.
Let's do that then.
Orin, is it okay if we kill Father Crawford?
You see his like eyes widen and a vague smirk come across his face. And he doesn't say anything.
Would you like to help us kill Father Crawford?
He looks.
No,
Okay.
fine.
First time he's like given us a definitive answer.
Yeah.
Very rude.
He's like, yes, kill Father Crawford. Help? No. No.
Okay.
All the other ingredients are in his house and he's hidden them somewhere, so we still have to get him to tell us where those are. And he doesn't like us very much.
But
Is
I
it-
feel like we're warming up to him.
I don't know, we just shackled him.
Orin,
And,
is it?
and you shot him with magic.
We've unshackled him. And
I've somewhat apologized in my own way for shooting him with magic.
And I had a knife to his back.
As you're like walking through Shaletown, by the way, with Orin in tow, seemingly like still kind of vaguely a prisoner, you see like people looking, and you do pass chosen few members that just blank you and let you through and let you go.
So they assume we're going to the going to Father Crawford with Orin, probably.
If they see us turn back now is the problem.
Yeah.
They'll clock on that we've changed our minds.
For context, if you have a look at the map, from where you are coming out of the stranded zone, Rotter Fields is in the direction of the gate to the chosen domain, where you've been invited
It
to.
is. It is. It is.
Mm.
So
It
you
is.
wouldn't necessarily have to turn back, but Orin has said that he doesn't want to help. Well, he hasn't said, but he's implied he doesn't want to help you kill Crawford.
We still need the other ingredients in his house, though.
Mm.
But we just pissed off the stranded zone because you wanted to tell them we were going to see Father Crawford.
Could split up.
Yeah.
Half and halfies.
Yeah, I could go back and look for the thing.
The things.
Alright, give me the list, and I'll head back.
I feel like sending 84 back would be a wiser decision.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
And
Cool.
I can speak. Sneaky,
I could disguise myself, but it's all good.
So can 84.
True. I have all of my objects
True.
back.
Fair.
And
You know, I
Rolling,
forgot you were
rolling,
changeling for a second there. Yeah.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
I feel like it'll be easier for
Right.
us to harvest the rotter flesh together.
Okay.
It's rotter root.
Rotter root.
Rotter root.
Rotter root.
Don't forget it's rotter root, not rotter
Sorry.
flesh.
I'm just like going in expecting there to be a bunch of rotters, so I was like, yeah, rotters, rotter root, rotter flesh. That's the right thing, right?
No,
Okay.
rotter root.
What exactly is rotter
specific-
root?
Not a clue.
Okay.
We're going to find
it's-
out when we get there, but I'm assuming that there's going to be a bunch of rotters around.
Yeah.
Guessing so.
Guessing it'll be like the brain of it.
Is there anything on the note that I have, TJ, that is like a drawing or anything of it, of what it looks like, or any notes on what it is?
There's vague scribblings and drawings, and from what you can make out, it looks as if it is some kind of plant root. It looks,
Right.
just from the scribblings that you've seen, it looks fairly thick, as if it's like naturally grown in the ground, and belongs to like something fairly hefty.
Oh wait, I copied these notes.
You did, yeah.
I remember now.
Mhm.
Can I give them the original notes so that they have the drawings?
Yeah.
And
if you want
I
to.
take the copied written notes so that I have like the written notes of the other ingredients to find in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yeah. So you two have a copy now of the notes, and so does 84.
Nice.
So, what are you doing this? I'll say you've been walking for a fair bit. What's the plan? Where are you headed off to? Are you splitting? 84 is heading back to the stranded zone, and you're heading to Rotter Fields, yeah?
To the Rotter Fields, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah. Seems that way.
Okay. So, we'll pick up with you two first, as 84 heads off and leaves in the other direction. You continue your walk towards.
Before 84 goes, I want Jam to just quickly grab a little bit of a hug from 84 just in case. I just want to like hold 84 and just be like, please be safe. Please look after yourself. Come back. And he's gonna like hesitantly let go.
Okay.
Strong, I'm quick, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, John's gonna be like, yeah.
You can tell 84's like super ready, super excited for like a little solo mission. She's like hyped.
Okay, so give me a second. Okay, So, as 84 heads off, Jam, Garina, and Naren, with Orin in tow, head towards Rotter Fields. You come to a gate. Actually, first you walk past the manhole that you dove down into the sewers, and you look over briefly to the right, and you see a couple more of the chosen few guarding the gate. And you sort of walk past, and that giant fence you saw before, you sort of walk around it, and you've read the map that you have in your possession, so you would know that Rotterfields is behind this giant fence, and you sort of trail the fence a little bit before you find a split in the fence, a broken bit of the fence where you can just barely sneak under. And as you both sneak under this broken part of fence, Orin very reluctantly ducks under, and you can see him shaking and nervously looking around. And you are greeted with a field of
no.
red.
Oh,
A
It's
field
so
that
pretty.
almost
that's so
stretches
cool.
as far as you can see.
Ooh.
It's deceptively large. Like the horizon is way off, and looking at the map, you know that that's impossible that it stretches that far, but it feels that way. As you enter through that broken part of the fence, you're met with this sight. The field is a blood red color, a darkened blood red. You can smell in the air that rot and iron, fresh as if it's right there, right under your nose, that stench. You look further on, you can see outlines of crundling humanoid figures in the distance, shadows that just almost seem to glide but with a limp. You can just see them wandering about in clusters in that field. Looking further on, you can see broken buildings and clusters of what used to be houses just off in the distance, and far off in seemingly just outside this cluster of buildings, you see a large abandoned mansion. And you see Orin staring at this mansion. And he says, Fear. Fear will drive us to many things. Fear will help us hide. Fear will save us. And he's just staring off at this
Are you
large...
saying we should embrace the fear?
Tea? Anyone for tea? Hector! Hector, put on some tea!
I'll take that as a yes.
As you push forward
Okay.
further into this field, I need you to go ahead and make some stealth checks for me. Both of you make a stealth
I
check.
would just like to remind the fighters that these creatures explode.
Thank you.
They see us sneaking around as you're trying to bypass
Fuck.
the clusters of these humans that you see.
I got a 5.
5,
I hope that's good. Yeah.
15.
15. As you walk further down this field, there's a vague path of bricks that you sort of follow, and there's a point where you see a cluster of them on the path just shambling around. And you don't get close enough to make out detail, but you see that they're fairly large. They're about 7.5 feet tall. You see tendrils dripping off them, dragging behind their backs. You see their limbs just dragging. And you make out a singular vacant hole that seems to be its eye. It's got an ocular mechanism, if you will. It's got like a pupil that you can make out, but there's something about it. It's just off center. And you're sort of making your way round, and as you peer round and try and avoid, you manage to avoid the first cluster, and they shamble off into the middle of this field, and you push further into this broken part of these buildings, and you come to the back of this large mansion. And as you're sort of looking around, oddly enough, this mansion doesn't have a back door. It's just a brick mansion. It looks fairly old and dilapidated. And as you walk around to see if there's a front entrance, you sort of turn the corner, and just standing there is one of these creatures, and it tilts its head at you and looks up and just screeches, and you look off into the field and you see a cluster of them, and you start hearing screech upon screech upon screech. It feels like you're being surrounded. What would you like to do?
Cry.
Yeah.
So we've got into the house.
No, you're not in the house yet. You're like at the side of
Oh,
it. You've been
shit, sorry.
spotted, and
Right.
it's seemingly this thing is calling for help, as there are like
Okay.
screeches off in the distance, and you start to hear running. You start to hear the.
I think we should run too. We've clearly been spotted. Our best chance is to get in the house, right?
Yep.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Agreed.
So go ahead and make a dex. Both of you make a dex save for me as you run past this this large creature. It goes to like swing for you.
I want to also just check that Orin's still with us.
Yeah, Orin is still with you.
Okay.
Sort of
A
like
dex
dragging
save.
behind a little bit and just sort of.
Oh, my inspiration. I remembered.
15.
15.
17.
17. As you both duck under Naren, you like you briefly miss. As it grabs for you, you manage to just duck under its arm as it like scrapes the back of your armor. As you move round, you skirt round and you see large bushes, and you see the front door, and it seems a fairly heavy set front door. As you bolt in and you run in, are you closing the door behind you?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you close the door,
Absolutely.
and as you're like running
Is there a
in,
bookshelf?
there are like various shelves and like implements that you can sort of put against the door. As you run into the door, you sort of look behind you to close it, and you just see clusters and clusters of these figures just, and you slam the door, and you just hear as you start piling things on the door, and you hear them banging and banging and groaning and screeching, and it starts to get slower and slower and slower and slower.
And
Until
I'd
you
like to
just
cast
hear.
Thaumaturgy 30 meters out the other side of the door.
Okay, so you just before you close the door, and as the thing starts slowly, you hear the shambling away as the heavy footsteps get further and further away from the door.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna call it there on that cliffhanger, where Naren and Jam run into the mansion, and we will see you next week. There wasn't a discussion that was just had. We'll definitely see you the week of Hero Fest, because this episode is going to go out next week. Oh, and if you didn't know, we're already an episode behind. So this episode is going to go out next week, and then that episode is going to go out the Hero Fest episode. Then the week after that is going to be the Hero Fest video. Actually, no.
I'll be an episode out at some point.
I'll probably upload the
Yeah.
Hero Fest video like just as and when. To be fair, I'm not going to wait a week to do it. I'll edit it together and then just put it up.
Yeah.
So you won't be missing out on any D&D, except for like one episode, but that's it. 1 week gap. I'm sure you'll be fine. I know you love us that much. But anyway,
Okay.
we've been rolling for what? It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you when we see you. Stay groovy. Bye.
Bye.
Stay groovy. Goodbye.
Hello, this is DM TJ from the future. No, from the past. Editing. I just wanted to give a bit of context to the upcoming conversation. Now, the conversation that you're about to watch took place before the session. The context of that is that, given outside factors, outside game factors, and how Shaletown has gone for both the group and my players, it was decided that the quicker we get out of Shaletown, the better. Now, at this point in the story, I had given them a few options that they could explore and go towards. And so the following conversation is them deciding what they want to do with Orin Scrivello. It may look like a little bit of a tonal change from last episode, and it kind of is, but there are real reasons for that. And I just want to note as well that it's super important, and this is a message to all DMs. It is super important that if your players are uncomfortable or aren't enjoying something or outside factors are just getting in the way or the timing isn't right, don't force your players down a story. Allow them to explore things they want to explore. Now, I don't railroad my players, I give them decisions, sometimes in-game, sometimes out of game. The conversation you're about to watch is kind of a mixture of both. It's a more casual discussion, and by the end of the conversation, they do come to a decision that they want to make, which informs their actions at the start of the episode. So if you're a little bit confused as to the tone change of certain characters between last week's episode and this week's episode, that's why. But I just feel like context is very important. It doesn't break any immersion. It doesn't kill any story. It just is. So thank you for watching this far into the episode, and I hope you enjoy the following conversation.
I'll be honest, I only read about like maybe 15 minutes ago when I finished making dinner, so
kind of the discussion that was had is Aries asked what the options were.
Mhm.
I kind of relayed what the options were, which was we kill the old dude.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember his name. My brain is fried, so I don't
Orin
remember his name.
Scrivello!
Yeah, don't remember any of his name. We killed the old guy,
Mm-hmm.
hand him over. We get Genie back alive. Hooray. We don't kill the old guy. We somehow escape. We get Dex and friends back alive. Hooray. Genie is dead. Sad. Option 3.
She's had a good run.
Option 3. We go to the island and we finish off the potion with essence and give it to the chosen one or whatever his name is. And
Crawford.
try and get answers. Sorry?
Father Crawford, the leader of the Chosen Few.
I don't know. The guy on the island.
What guy on the
What
island?
guy on the island?
I have a guy on the island written in my book. I don't know. I said, get essence, heal the guy. I don't know.
Fair. Okay, cool.
That's what's in my book. I don't know what I meant. It was 2 and a bit weeks ago. That's ages ago.
That's fair. Carry on.
I'm sure I meant something by it. Don't know who I was referring to. I don't know whether that refers to Father Crawford or whether that refers to the deity on the island.
Could be that. I'm just going to put my bowl downstairs because this is heavy. I can't finish it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've done exactly the same. I've just put it on the floor. Yeah, because for some reason I think that the deity is on the island.
Okay.
Or certainly that's what I have in my notes.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, from what your characters know and what you know, the island in question where Essence is being pointed to go to get Essence, it's not on any map from Shaletown, so it's been concealed. So no one no one in the town knows about this island. But on your map of Noro, the region, you can see the island in the center.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, get essence, give it to somebody, heal the somebody.
Yep.
Get information. Save Genie, kick-ass, leave.
Step 1.
That was very error.
Step 2. Don't know. Step 3. Profit.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of middle grounds of there's a thing we could do which could lead to a thing of we could go to the dinner. I don't know what going to the dinner does, but we could do that. I feel like we could go to the dinner with the guy's head and be like, "Hi, we've come to dinner. We bring pudding."
Pudding.
Yeah, and then present dead guy's head on a platter
Yeah.
and be like, "Ta-da! Delicious pudding. Give us our old
Brains.
lady back, please."
Okay.
You know, I vote that we kill the guy and we get our old lady back. And I'm sort of suggesting that we do a vote system. But I feel like that'll be easier.
Yeah, it'll be a 3-vote system. Chloe's not able to join us tonight, unfortunately.
It feels like such a
Okay.
heavy episode to not have Chloe involved
I know.
in.
I was
I know.
about to say. Also,
She
if
has
we
said
make the
she has
decision
made it
to
clear that
save
she
Jeannie,
has made it clear that
votes
she
to
will go
save
with
Jeannie.
whatever the group goes with, and that she insists on us playing tonight. That's what she's very insistent on.
Mhm.
Can we text her to get a vote?
Yeah, so she
from
said
her?
to me that
Yeah.
she'll go with whatever the group says, and if we tell her what the decision is, if Garina is like really avert to it, she'll say, and she'll
Mhm.
basically like let us know what Garina might do, if it's
Okay.
something like beyond what Garina would actually do.
Mhm.
So a decision can be made
Okay.
now, and then we'll tell her what that decision is on the group chat, and then she'll basically say whether Garina will go along with it or not.
We're killing the old lady. Who's...
Oh.
Brutally, just.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can vote to kill off Jeannie
No, I never said that.
if that's what you want to do.
No, I don't know why you think I said that.
It means it's up to Jam to make the decider.
So what
Don't
are we
word it
voting
like
for?
that. Don't no.
So if we go, so Katie, what's your vote?
My vote is we kill the old man and we take his head to dinner.
Okay, Ash, what's your vote?
Maureen's vote is to kill the old man.
Okay, Aries.
We might as well kill the old man.
Okay, I'm pretty
We're
sure.
gonna make a little wooden boy so sad.
I want to get the wooden boy out of here so that he can't attack us when we kill the old man.
Listen, he's made out of wood. A simple fire will solve the problem.
I know, but I don't want him going back and telling my friend. Is all I'm gonna say.
Ah,
not gonna get far.
I was gonna say I don't even need to think. I need to ask Chloe about this. I'm pretty sure she'll be like, "How? Yeah," but I'm gonna put it in the chat anyway.
Yeah. because what I want to do is I want to barter with them and get out both Jeannie and Scooter.
Okay.
I want to get both Jeannie and Scooter out of here with us. I don't want to just get Jeannie.
that makes sense.
Should probably write down what session this is. 49, right?
Question.
Yeah?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's 49.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Anytime.
So
anytime, bud. Always here for you.
So you're.
It is 49.
I can't even remember what my question was.
It was answered. That's all you need to know. It was answered.
Oh, you had an actual question. I thought I asked a question, then you were like, question. You were just like, I don't know.
There was a question that was asked.
So Katie was talking about wanting to trade.
Yeah. Are we going to make the potion for Orin Scrivello to try and get some information first before we kill him?
We'd have to go to the island, so that would be the decision at that point.
There is another ingredient that is in the town as well. Rotter root is in the town. It's either one or the other.
So rotter root kills.
Yeah, one kills.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Rotter root kills.
So if you were to feed,
feed
feed the potion to Orin, you'd have to go to the island and grab whatever essence is, and then.
Which I will say, Naren is very intrigued to go to the island.
Okay.
I'm also kind of intrigued. I don't want to go there.
Down, but
were we given
also,
a time
I want
limit?
to leave.
Were we given a time limit on
the dinner?
getting Jeannie out?
From what Garina has told you, Father Crawford has basically just been like, "I'll keep Jeannie with me until you kill Orin Scrivello, and then we'll see." He hasn't said when you need to do that by. He's just said that's the deal. Like that's what's happening.
Apart from the fact that we're slowly going insane.
Yeah, apart from that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
apart from it's the only time limit you're on really is that like you're sad.
Yeah, it's the fact that we're getting worse.
Yeah.
I
Good.
forgot about that. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
I just want to
excellent.
confirm what the decision is.
Okay.
Yeah, are we killing Orin, or are we going to the island to get a cure to then get information out of Orin, which also might unlock him being really powerful?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about him if he gets healed.
Mm.
About him unlocking all of his memories and becoming ridiculously powerful, and then we can't kill him.
Yeah, because people seem to be scared of this dude.
Yeah, that does make sense. That is
I-
very logical.
I'm really concerned about us struggling to murder him once he's really intelligent again.
But
Because
what
I
if
think he's a wizardy kind, and
Yeah.
that once he's got his intelligence back, all those spells are going to come back to him.
to quote the Lion King, but what if he's on our side?
If he is on our side, grand. If he's not, we're fucked.
Like, here's the thing: if we do cure Orin, then Orin will probably have a way to save Shaletown. But also, the decision is: do we give a shit about Shaletown right now, or do we just
No.
want to leave?
I don't give even two flying.
Yeah, I think that
about
question was
Shaletown.
answered last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, like
You just
personally,
point
I
out.
want to be out of Shaletown,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the reason for like getting information out of Orin was, but I know that we wanted.
Mila's basically said that if he can figure out, if she can get information from him, she can take it to. It will basically be used as like a buffer for what she thinks the Foundation are going, like what their next move is, because she thinks she knows, but she's not entirely sure. You guys know, because obviously they're going after the Council of Flowers in Noro. And she thinks that if she can get information from Orin, because he's like he knows a lot, that might be able to help the council prevent whatever the Foundation are doing in that city, basically.
Right.
But with context, the only thing you have that might lend itself to Orin being on your side is the fact that he once was in the Crown. You don't know why he left or what his role in the Crown was. You just know that he was on Kaine's side at one point.
At one point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
And
hasn't really given much context as to why he left. She just said that all she knows is that he suddenly just left one day and didn't come back.
Okay. What if we just give him half the potion? We just half cure him. He only becomes half powerful. What if we make the killing potion and feed it to Vi's brother?
I will remind you, we can't lie to my brother, so that will be very interesting how we manage to poison him.
Tell Jam it's the knowledgey one, and then Jam will believe you. I don't know.
That's true.
That's some fair logic. That's some
good logic.
To get around an angel's ability
if
to
someone
not be able
totally
to
believes so he's true. Yeah.
Yeah, tell Jam that it's true. Then Jam won't be able to lie. He'll believe that this potion is the knowledge one, and he could tell. And he could tell Vi's brother.
Require Jam not being with the group when they pick up the rotter root, though.
Yeah.
That would
otherwise
also require 84 not being with you guys when you go to see.
Might it be Orin Scrivello? Who are we on about? Yeah.
We're talking about Vi's brother at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if we make so basically if we kill. Yeah.
If we do that, Jam would have to go in on his own.
Yeah,
Jam would question why.
Yeah. And Vi would not want you to go on your own against him.
No, exactly.
She doesn't want to go near him.
She would not allow you at all.
No.
She would be like,
I miss Vi.
Absolutely not.
She'd be like, you stay the fuck back. Yeah.
So the decision is, as it stands, it's kill Orin Scrivello.
Yeah.
Marin is more than happy to start blasting.
I don't think we can, although I want to go investigate the island, I don't
Mhm.
think we need to go investigate the island
It's
to
not
go
necessary.
get potion.
Yeah.
I think we can, if we want to investigate the island, we can investigate the island once we have Genie back.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that visiting the island is super necessary anyway.
We
But
can
it's, like, fun to
we can have
think
their
about.
permission to leave and be like, can we just go do this one thing before we leave?
Mm.
They may
Yeah.
be like, fuck no, leave now. And in which case we're like, okay, fine. But we're taking Scooter with us.
So
Yeah.
it's
Question, TJ.
Yes.
Did they say
Mhm.
that we had to bring him to them dead?
Yes. Father Crawford, from what Garina told you, Father Crawford made it very clear that he has to be dead. He won't take him any other way.
Okay,
Mm.
just
He
because
wants dead. He wants him
I'm
dead, and he wants
worried.
proof of death. Proof of death.
I'm worried that they won't give us Scooter as well if we already bring him dead. I'm just thinking if we bring him addle-minded and we're like, we are ready to kill him, but we want to barter.
We could do that. That's a good plan. Jam's decapitated people before. Down to do it again.
And be like, we want both Genie and Scooter, and then we'll kill him in front of you, and you can watch it happen.
Mm.
And then you
Father
have
Crawford,
confirmation
I have come
he's
to
dead.
barter.
Yeah, exactly.
I've come to bargain.
Exactly. And you can confirm
I like
he's
this
dead
plan.
Quick
because you
save
can
and
watch
just-
it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this plan.
Like, I feel like that's the only way we're going to ensure that we get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's not going to be like, no, we only agreed for her.
Another thing for context
Hey,
as
guys.
well. Garina has told you that Father Crawford, the reason he wants Orin dead is because he wants Shaletown. So, like, he wants control over Shaletown, basically. So, do with that context what you will with the current plan. So, it might be a good plan for you to have a contingency in your pocket because he's been like, just want everyone to be here, basically.
Guys, Naren doesn't have this, but Vi could have this. There's a spell called Feign Death, which lasts for an hour. You touch a willing creature and put it into a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death. For the duration, the target appears dead to the outward inspection and to the spells used to determine the target's status. The target has the blinded and incapacitated conditions and is speed 0. Target also has resistance to all damage except psychic damage and has immunity to the poisoned condition.
All I'm going to
But
say
I will
is
say,
he's seen
yeah,
through every other
I was just
magic
about to
we've
say,
ever
yeah.
used.
yeah,
So I'm
Yeah.
going to call that it's not going to
Yeah.
work.
but also really good to know that because, like, if we're falling off of something, well, someone's falling off of something, then like, and it takes at least 10 minutes, then cast Feign Death, and then you hit the floor and you're fine.
Sure.
It says resistant to all damage except psychic.
If you're falling for 10 minutes,
If you're
yeah.
falling for 10
Idea.
minutes,
I mean, holy
yeah,
shit, that's a long ass
I was gonna say,
fall.
it's a really long
If you're
casting
falling for
time.
10 minutes and you hit the ground, I don't care how
Yeah.
immune you are to damage, you're dead.
I have an idea.
Spells.
You have an idea?
Magic.
Okay,
I
let's
have
hear
idea.
it.
We could test to see if he can see the Feign Death spell, and if he says, "Oh, yeah, no, this is a Feign Death spell," obviously, we could be like, "Yeah, well, we wanted him unconscious so that we could bring him to you, so we could kill him in front of you, so we could have a backup plan."
Is that not just going to anger him?
No, because we'll just say that it made it easier to bring Orin Scrivello to him because he's unconscious.
Wouldn't he just say, why didn't you just knock him out? Or use a sleep spell on him then?
We'll just say, "Well, we're idiots."
Yeah.
But
I also-
Fair defense.
he knows we're idiots to some extent, but not that idiotic, surely. I mean, maybe we are, but
I also, guys, sorry, I forgot that Vi's not on board with killing Orin Scrivello.
Oh,
no, Vi is not
Yeah.
on board with killing
No,
Orin
I
Scrivello
rolled
at
for
all.
it, and it rolled literally well. Actually, I rolled for her to possibly get convinced,
But I would like to say
but
Naren is
Naren was
Naren's in the
100%
driver's
on
seat.
killing. Yeah,
Naren's in the driver's
Naren
seat
was on.
currently.
Yeah,
Um,
Naren was on board to just kill him.
Yeah. We are going to need to start soon, though, because it is 7:15.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
We're killing the dude, right?
so
We're killing
the
the
plan
dude,
is
We're
and we're going
killing
to the
him.
Okay.
middle.
Yeah.
Let's just take him to dinner with us. We can bring
Mm.
him unconscious. That's fine. I don't
Okay.
mind bringing him unconscious.
Oh,
Like,
broken up.
oh dear.